Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for Faithful Fridays. What a week, what a week, what a week. I am so glad to be able to jump on and join you for Faithful Fridays. I look forward to Fridays and being able to jump on and talk to you guys about the week. Hopefully, you've all had a great week. I promise to keep it light and short on today, but again, I wanted to jump on and just talk about the week. This week for me, I would like to say it was challenge free, but it wasn't. I'd be kidding myself if I said that it was. This week was extremely challenging, and it required me to raise my faith to a whole nother level that I didn't even know existed. But I'm glad to report that I made it. It didn't kill me. And those challenges definitely made me stronger. God reminded me as I was going through some of the challenges that I was forced to face on this week, that I must stand in the assurance that God's got me. God knows what I'm going through. He's going to give me the strength and wisdom that I need to overcome every obstacle that I face. It may not be easy. However, he has equipped me to do all that is necessary to pass the test. You know, when you pray and believe that God will do what he said he would do, that answer, it comes in your heart. It really does. And we know without a doubt that that problem is taken care of, even when the answer has not been manifested in the natural. We must declare that our mind is free of, worry and anxiety, and that we're set apart, that we're set free from those concerns of our past, our present, and yes, even our future. We're set free of that. After overcoming some of my challenges that I was facing on this week, I felt like I was, able to see clear again. The week was all about creating a canvas. Some like to reference it as a vision board. I usually create one every year. However, sometimes I sit it down over in a corner and I forget about it. I forget about those things that I promised myself. And so this week I did a revisit. I pulled out that vision board and I just began to remind myself of some of those things I promised myself in 2023, like traveling and setting boundaries and releasing the past and attempting to keep up with, whatever it is that I had going on and staying positive and doing all things with purpose and doing things that my future self would thank me for. And so it felt good to go back down memory lane and remind myself, you got some things that you're responsible for and you better get to work. Whatever it is that you focus on, good or bad, you will produce more of in your life. What you focus on grows. What you think about, it expands. And what you dwell on, what you dwell upon determines your destiny. So in other words, what you focus on becomes your reality. It really does. As the week began to venture forward, it was all about identity. Who are you? Sometimes we think that question is only posed to the young, but a lot of times even people get older and they don't know who they are. They don't know what they've been created to do. They don't know where their talents, gifts, abilities, skills lie. A nugget that I uncovered as I was doing some study this week is that, food can fill our stomach, but never our souls. Possessions, they can fill our houses, but never our heart. Children can fill our days, but never our identities. Nothing can fill us like knowing who it is we are and what we've been placed on this earth and purpose to be. As the week came to an end for me, it was all about flow. Are you rocking the boat? And I was like, what does that mean? Are you conformed or you transformed? How do you break away from the crowd? The everybody crowd is telling you to not deny yourself. The everybody crowd is living it up. So you should too. Again, conformed or transformed. The choice is yours. If you want to be sold out for God, you will have to break away from the everyday crowd, the everybody crowd. As I ended this week, I just wanted to touch on daily operations. What are your daily operations? What does your day look like? What are the things that you're responsible for throughout the day? Sometimes and I would say often, we have to make sure that we're praying on a regular basis to keep a keen awareness of the enemy's plan and his schemes. And I said schemes against us, and be able to recognize the traps that he's trying to set so that we can avoid them. While the enemy may be powerful, he's predictable. He has no new tricks. A lot of things I found myself going through, it's the same old stuff that he's tried to take me through before. And so that's why I try not to get caught up knowing that if it worked out before, it's going to work out again. I got to stay patient and I got to make sure I keep moving in purpose. The enemy tempts us with these physical stimulations that we're preoccupied by, be it taste, smell, sound, touch, or even sight, those things we like to look at. The enemy also likes to flash the the bigger and the seemingly better things of the world, trying to lure us into thinking we got to have it. We got to do it. We got to try it. You start to think this is going to make me feel fulfilled. This is going to make me happy. Newsflash, it won't. It won't. It absolutely will not. It's going to wear you out. It's going to break you down. It's going to get old. It's just temporary. Every material thing that we're dealing with is temporary. Finally, the enemy is also going to try to tempt us into believing we got to elevate ourselves over others. This is why I despise competitions. I absolutely hate them. I remember when my daughter initially started doing music, everything that she would get placed on lineups for would be a competition. Let's see how the numbers roll, when that doesn't determine a person's gift, talent, or ability. And so I've never liked competitions. I didn't like competitions when I was younger. It's just let everyone's skills be shown. We start wrongly thinking we must become what the world calls worthy. Social media is big for it. If you don't have a certain amount of numbers, it looks like you're not in the in crowd, when in reality, I've came across some people, found some individuals online that are doing some amazing things, and they may not have the following that everyone else has. But I always say, if it's not making money, it don't make sense. So all of the likes and all of the extra, if it's not bringing any stability to your life and it's only for influence, meaning it's something that makes you feel worthy, you have to check your intentions with the thing that it is that you're doing. I'm not saying it's wrong to have a big following, because that's amazing. But make sure that's not what you're priding yourself off of, because a lot of the greatest people you may not even know anything about yet. You don't know what time they're being hidden for. So what does this do for us? It creates a need within our flesh to have people notice us, commend us, revere us, and stroke our pride. And we then start boasting about who it is that we are. And so, guys, we just have to be careful in all things. We have to be careful. Like I said, this week, it was a week full of challenges, but I am grateful for every challenge that I am able to overcome. I am grateful every time God wakes me up and shows me things from a whole new perspective, that it's all about Him, and it's nothing. It has nothing to do with me. Me jumping on Fridays and doing Faithful Friday is me just giving my gift back to the world that God has blessed me with. And I enjoy doing it because I don't make a dime for this. This is just me giving back to the world freely. So you know the drill. It is Friday. It is the disconnect for most. We are trending and expecting an absolutely beautiful weekend here in the Midwest. I think some scattered showers here or there, but don't let that hold you back. If you don't do anything else this weekend, do something that your future self will thank you for, even if it's just getting some rest, because that's okay as well. You know the drill. I'll be back on Monday for Motivational Mondays. Until then, stay safe. Don't forget to let your light shine. Did want to shout out my t-shirt that I was able to pick up from the block party. Absolutely love this shirt. It's just beautiful. But I got this from Lock Girls Rock, and she can be found on all social media platforms under Lock Girls Rock. That's LOCDGIRLZROCKTIQUE.com. And so shout out to her. She's doing her thing, making some nice shirts. And I was absolutely, truly happy to be able to support. So again, I will see you guys soon, and have an amazing weekend in advance.